You're listening to the third episode in a three-part series. What follows grew out of a 3-day digital storytelling workshop hosted by Insight Myanmar Podcast, made possible through funding by the Australian National University ANU and the International Development Research Centre, IDRC. For 3 days, a group of emerging storytellers came together to practice something very old and deeply human. Because at the root of every society, across cultures and across time, lies one simple invitation: tell me a story. And in an age increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence, that ancient human impulse feels more important than ever before, a reminder of what only people, not machines, can create together. So in the course of those few days, we were reminded of something that can't be automated: real feeling, real stories, real human connection. The kind that happens only when people actually sit together, listen with care, and speak from a place of truth. A central focus of the workshop was understanding what is involved with meaningful communication. And this is especially important within the Myanmar context, where trauma and polarization can make real dialogue feel risky. Too often, people faced with sensitive topics tend to either turn away from one another entirely or to get pulled into open exchanges that are toxic or even hostile. But civic discussion is the heartbeat of any society aspiring to hold democratic values. Democracy lives in our ability to stay with difficult truths, to speak across difference, and to hold our shared humanity even, and perhaps especially, when we disagree. So, what does it mean to actually communicate? At the heart of our work together were 10 words. The first 7 of these words came from the educator Caleb Gatenio, who said, quote, "Speaking is easy, communication is a miracle." We return to that idea again and again. Speaking is easy, communication is a miracle. Because speaking is effortless, we do it without thinking, but real communication, where understanding is actually shared, it asks more from us. It asks for presence, for curiosity, for emotional honesty. And because of that, real communication is also transformative, something deeply needed in Myanmar at this moment of struggle and change. Because when it happens, especially in a place as complex as Myanmar, it can feel almost miraculous. The other 3 words guiding us were simple: tell me more. We treated that phrase as a practice, a way to slow the moment, to open space, and to let someone know that their story matters enough to unfold at its own pace. Tell me more. Time and again, those 3 words helped conversations deepen, soften, and revealed something more human. But holding a meaningful conversation with another party is one thing. Inviting listeners into that conversation is something else entirely. Because during our time together, we also challenged the assumption that a great conversation automatically makes a great podcast. Well, it doesn't. Every successful podcast conversation also must pull up a third chair, a place reserved for the invisible listener to be warmly invited into that virtual space. A host must intentionally bring that listener into the experience, creating presence, intimacy, and a feeling of belonging. That's the atmosphere we tried to create here, and we hope you feel invited in as you listen to what follows. The voices you're about to hear come from participants who showed remarkable promise, new storytellers discovering their craft in real time. What they created in just 3 days was surprising, moving, and genuinely inspiring. So settle in, because from the earliest beginnings of human society, everything started with a story. Someone speaking, someone listening, and a shared understanding taking shape between them. And in that same ancient spirit, we invite you to listen to the stories that follow. Stories shaped by care, presence, and a commitment to connection. We hope you feel welcomed in.
Hi, thanks for coming with us. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
I'd like to hear a little bit about yourself and your life before the coup. So we know who you are. And I'd like to invite you some space to let us know about what you were like in your childhood and what you work and before the coup. And let's start with this.
Wow. If I have to say from my childhood to before the coup, it's a really long story because my childhood it didn't simple as much as it was because my dad and my grandpa and both sides of my parents' generations their government staff. Actually, they work in kind of prison guards, something like that. And also even from my father's side, my great grandmom and her sisters are a very high position, kind of some are general, some are captain or something like that. So because of in the government stuff life, it's my childhood life became a must because at least I changed the school from about five different school I have to change and I have to follow because according to my dad, because according to his duty, so we have to transfer from many different places insane prison, insane Hindara, Mandalay and Mongyua and Kandy prisons like that. We changed many prisons. And also because of even I don't have a kind of childhood friends because in some place I say that oh okay after a few I got some friends and after that a few years I have to move another place, right? So even honestly I don't have a kind of a pure childhood friends or something like that. But after I think around 2009 or something like that, around 2009 or 10 my dad decided to quit. He decided to quit as a prison guard or something he type into the business stuff or something like that. We a very difficult and it's he have to learn anything or something. And we got back to Yangon area close to between Yangon and Bago area. It's a Legu. And after that I finished the high school there and I graduated there and like that. Before the coup, although my background is engineering, a civil engineering, but I used to work as a teacher and a part-time teacher, and also I have a kind of private tuition, and also on the other hand, I also work as at a foreign furniture company as a sales marketing manager. I work there.
Yeah. So after the coup, your life was very changed, and before we talk about this, I would like to also know about your dad, right? Your dad was a government staff, and then how did his government staff life shape your life and mindset and the way you think like that? I mean, instead of moving from one place to another, I mean, for example, as a government staff son, so what do you think of the country's political system and social affairs, and can you a little bit describe about any challenges or any?
Yeah, I do, because at the time I was quite young, around 10 years, 11 years old or something like that. My dad, he's also kind of, his life is also miserable. Because he have a kind of, in Myanmar military, if you have someone who have a power in the military, you can do anything you want or something like that. So when he interested about to be a prison guard or something, they can jump his promotions with that. But he failed the exam, and also he have a kind of, he failed not about a exam, it's more like a medical test. He failed it because he have some necessary stuff in his body or something like that, and so they denied. But they promised the next time you could be a kind of officers, we guarantee that. He said, no, I just won this time. If you cannot make it happen officer this time, I'll quit. And he quit. And after that, because of family, like he married like my mom, and like he got us and something like that. And after that, like he jumped into the like government stuff life or something. As you know, like the system of the like bureaucracy system is like a shit, because like the people in the like, for example, even in the military, the private or like a very low, and like the officer served them as a servant or something like that, right? Similar stuff like in the prison life, or like in the prison guard community or something like that. The higher position people always press that. That's why my dad, he came from somewhere with a high position, and he became the very like a low low level of the prison or something because of family situation or something. It's so like he cannot fix like in that position. He only fight and argue his like a higher position people, and that's just why he have been transferred many times, right? Did you know that like that? Because and also family got affected because of that. But yeah, you can see through that like how really difficult, even although they are the government stuff, but like the system sucks. It can make the people more difficult, right?
Did you also get paid enough, like to support your family survival?
Come on, no, of course. Like with that, I should mention about like about the food or something like that. Sometimes we don't have enough money, or like we don't have money to buy some stuff or something like that. We eat some other like the same stuff from the like a prisoners. You know, like you see, do you know the biryani, right?
Yeah,
biryani,
you know, right?
Yeah. At the time, the rice, they treat the color, only the color. It's like a biryani, but the taste and the texture is like a rock. But they call it the rice.
Very tough.
But they call it the rice. And also the thing is like, they call it like a bean soup. But you see that like, if they like, for about the soup, if they put on the table, you see that it's like a water. Only you start with your spoon and like because the beans are sitting at the bottom or something very transparent and look like, wow. I said like, wow. You see? You can imagine that like how like I have been impressed by the system, and also like how difficult, especially the people like a very, very low position are.
Yeah. It reminds me of my friends' experience who are also working as policemen, and also like very recently I met a friend who was working as a police, and they didn't have any good living standard, quality hostel or something like that. So he also, just like your father, he didn't pass the exam. And also the system in the government, is like, I'm gonna say, although you are home smart, whatever, okay, but you cannot get promoted, right? So anyway, it's a kind of corruption we can see in the government system. But you pay briberies for the promotion you can get. So didn't your dad, maybe you might know about it or not, so didn't your father make anything like that, or he just did as he believes?
Yeah. Is it like, how can I say that? Sometimes you cannot say that ego, right? Sometimes like he is a kind of educated person. At their time, to pass the like high school is really difficult. How about a bachelor? It's far more difficult. But he got a bachelor. So like he is so like, how can I say that, like he's so proud of it.
He's
and also
graduate.
the problem, yeah. He know that like he also have a chance like to bribe them or something like that. But he truly believe that he have a capability. He have a capability and like a kind of power or something like some. How can I say that? He have some core value or something like that. He truly believe himself. Like, I don't need to pay the pride or something like that. I can be the officer with my ability or something, right? So because he decide that way, see,
yeah,
he never fixed to that system, right?
Yeah, And also you mentioned that if he thinks he believes in something, he is right, and then he used to complain against the higher officers, and then he has to move to other cities very often. So this is a kind of revolution, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Your father was originally revolutionized.
You can say that.
So okay, thanks for sharing about your father. And now I would like to ask you about how you could make yourself to be abroad and to be here, and how did you face during the after coup demonstration? I mean the protests, and we know that you had a lot of sleepless nights. So among many challenges, and you made it yourself, you managed yourself, and finally you are here. So let us hear about how you encountered these challenges.
Yeah, like kind of thinking back to that time. It's like seeing like how dedicated I am, and also like how brave I am. I can see that like even now, like even for that for myself for now, like sometimes I take some courage and some like experience from that moment, because when the coup happened, like my wife is like she had a pregnancy about 3 months of my son, and also like the only thing that come up to my mind is like, wow, I never let my son to grow up under the dictatorship. Fuck no. I won't let that happen. So I have to try my best, because my wife also kind of like government officers. So like okay, so what do you do? Okay, I will do CDM. Okay, do it. Like I will provide you to some to your parents or something like that. I provide everything. I brought her back to her family. After that, I jam in. At the beginning, like we protest. I was one of the leader in my township. Like we have 3 leaders, and under our management, there's about thousands of students, like or something like that, and we protest. We protest every day, and like even the nighttime we make meetings, and like in the daytime, like we protest. Like we did this. We did our best. You know, like you might saw that like even like the people asked that like when they start killing the people. And also we really hoping for like because you know like the Burmese people are naive, especially the people from Myanmar are naive about the like kind of the law and like the situation related with the politics or like a global organization or something like that. For example, UNHCR. Mm-hmm. You know, UNHCR. Even at the very beginning of the revolution, like the people are the delusional about 72 hours. Oh, if you guys wait for the 72 hours, mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. 72 hours, like how delusional is it? Mm-hmm. Right? Until the people believe that. Exactly. But they realize that, oh, we cannot sit and stay and wait for that. We have to do something, right? And after that, like people doing like a protest or something like that. So the same stuff. The people are really like kind of naive and like no experience about the global organization or something. That's just why they're hoping for like a lot from you, and even the military. Like, you know, like we did really our best, and we tried our best to follow the like you know, our state councillors, Aung San Suu Kyi, like she said, she proved with her life like she choose the peace way, right? Non-violent way. So like wow, of course, why not? We're doing our best. Although we have the strength, we have the power, we have the energy, but we choose to non-violent, right? Even like we said that, okay, how many people have to sacrifice to let the UN invade Myanmar and take down the dictatorship or something like that? We said that, and we did our best. But I realized that, wow, this is delusional. This is not right. No one has a responsibility, because it's really happening in Myanmar. We have the responsibility to take down that dictatorship. So at the time, I started thinking about the armed resistance or something like that. I discussed with my friends. They don't agree. I have three leaders, like that, 3 leaders. And I told them like, well, we should do something like about like armor system or something like that. At the beginning, they don't agree. One is like, he refused seriously. Come on, like we don't do that way. We never hold again. We will continue to non-violent. Because like, it's quite early, I think around March. So like, So I said that, bro, please don't be naive. Please check the situations like that are really happening. So like we have to do something. Yeah.
Why did you choose and decide it?
Because like Mya Dr. Khai, the first time like she got shot like to the head and then she died, and also like wow.
Did you also see other friends in front of you who were killed shot?
Not really, but at the time my feeling is that like that's kind of my personality. It's like I feel that I have a kind of you can say that like a soft heart or something. I can understand the people like when they say something. I really try to listen with my heart. So at the time when like Mya has been killed and like Mya Tu and also the other Sidu, the guys like has been killed to the shot has been shot to the head and they have been killed. That heartbroken. I cried for 2 days. I cried for 2 days and like like they didn't die in front of my eyes or in front of my face, but they are the youths. Even like Sidu is he's underage. He's only 16 or 17, I think, at the time. Yeah, and also we are protesting. We're like, come on, man! Like we didn't hold a stick or the knife or nothing. We just hold the flag. We just hold like a sideboard.
Yeah.
No dictatorship. But they treat us like that. Even like, do you remember that like, okay, who is the fighter? Come out of it. That soldier said that like to the people who like are armless, they don't have a kind of no weapons or no that he hold a gun and he said that. So like, come on, we have no capability to be patient for that. I already think that wow, it won't happen in software definitely. That's why I decided to join the resistance. And after that, like I did it like I gathered some people. I'm trying to take like we joined with some CDMers. There's a kind of CDMers, 2 CDMers from SWAT. Yeah, special weapon police or something like that. They were the former bodyguard of the state councillor. And also like, oh, okay, let's do that. Like, we take the training like seriously, very tough. And also like 2 times. And after that, like April arrived. Like I mentioned that like for the Burmese people, if they are 2, they split into 3. This is about like they reflects to the unity, That's just why like it start cracking, even in the during we are doing. But I accept about like why are you doing this? I always ask myself, why are you doing this? Like, right? I always answer. My answer is very simple. It's always the same. Along the like the life of the revolutions, I always I don't want my son to live under the like control of the dictator or something. So I do my best for the revolution. Everything's like and. We have been exposed. We have been tracked and cracked down by the military. And at the time, we have a meeting. And they trying to surround us like over 200 soldiers and like directly came from the Navy or something like that. Like they know they got our photos and faces and everything and like so we have to sleep in the seaway for like overnight or something like that. And the next day, wow, we can't stay here no more. Like we decided to leave to current state. And after that, we continue like studying about like kind of military training or something like that. And I try to work with those organizations for the revolution. But the sad thing is like I realized that although I try my best like to risk my life and like I risk everything because like for myself like because of my background and like my parents' situation, everything I have is I build it myself. For example, even the phone or the motorbike, I have to buy my own or something like that. Everything I built. But for the revolution, I love everything. I just deep dive in. But I found out that for some of the people or for some of the organizations, the revolution is just an economy. Just a business for them. I realized that after I spent about a year in the current or something. So I said, wow, I shouldn't do that. There's a saying like, one people got the 2 life. The second life activate when they understand they only have 1 life. Yeah, so like the second life activate, I think at the time. Because I saw that like there's one case. Even my brothers and some of my friends, like they have a mission. Because like we did the training or something like that, right? So at the time they have a mission to defend the kind of base. current base or something like that, and they have to go there and they have to fight with the KNDO, and also they go there as a PDF. But at the time, no PDF. They have only budget with a KNLA budget, and also like they fight about nine people, and the other sniper groups are 3 people, about 12 people. You know, they have a kind of lack of information. Only 12 soldiers left at the front line. No one informed them. Like at the beginning, they fight, and after that, every group of the others, like a KNU, have the heavy weapon unit, and also other group unit, they left and they retraced already. But only 12 soldiers left. Opposite of them, there's a military, like they're crazy as shit. So like, oh, it's so terrible. I cannot sleep for like a 7 day. I very look like a psycho. Yeah, because my brothers and my like a very like old friends and all the people from my like same people, like kind of my colleagues, like we train together, we work together or something like that. They are at the front line and they trapped there. So fuck. Oh, I called like a KNU officer. What did you do that? Why did you like is this your management? Oh, I said shit, everything like at the time so complicated. And I got a phone call from the officers, there's a camp not so far from the place I stay. So like they call me. Well, now your brothers and your friends, now they get back. They right back to the kind of, how do you say that, a back line. Now they are no more in the front line. Wow, I bought I bought some snacks, some beers, and drive the motorbike and there. I was so lucky. How can I say that, when I arrived there, because it's a kind of intense situation, and also before that, this is KNLA. KNLA is they taking control. But at the time, it's like a kind of KNDO. They don't know me, I don't know them. But I'm not afraid of them. I just drive in the motorbike and I stop it and I'm trying to bring the beers and the snacks. They start reload the gun. And after this, they aim at me. Who the fuck are you? Like that, they said that. What? I am Chit Tun. I'm came from this. Who's your officers? At the time, they just aim who's your officers? I asked them. They changed their tone. Oh, okay. Do you have a contact with him? Sure, why not? I call the officer. Now I arrive here, but your people ain't at put the guns to me or something like that. So he said oh, okay, he's the guy I know. Let him pass. And I go in, I met him my friend, he got the injury by a grenade. My brother is okay, but some of the my colleagues my friends we took the same training. He got a kind of injury at the head and a head in his thigh by I think 120 piece of the weapons inside his head. He had to do an operation and he left. I was oh bro, this is shit. We have to reconsider about that. And also, my friend also realized that. Yeah. Where's the worst thing is? Even before the wounds not healing properly. Because, when the battle happened, they have to run away to the Thai side. They have the weapons, but in the Thai side, they cannot use the weapons. So, they have to hidden the weapons. And from the Thai side, transfer to the Myanmar side, and the KNLA accept them like that. By that way, they flee. But very next day, the officers said oh, who are gonna go back to that side? Go and bring the weapon back. He orders. Even they don't heal their wounds or something like that. I really I was on fire. I thought who the fuck are you? If any consequence happen to them, you fucked up. So something oh, it's I didn't mean to, blah blah blah. And that make me my decision more clear. I don't want to walk with them anymore. They don't care about how the people live or something like that. I don't want to live around that environment I don't want to work with the organization. And also I'm trying my best to bring the people out from that community.
Thanks for sharing this.
Yeah.
But we witnessed your continuous involvement, really strong involvement in this revolution, Spring Revolution. So before we talk about this, let me hear about how you got how you got the courage from your son and also from your revolutionized mindset, daddy, and it shaped your life as well, maybe your decisions. So anyway, we would like to know more about how you decided for your son, and is that also safe for your family to continue this, and how was your family approval with this?
How can I say that? It's because like my dad he passed away like so now I was around only 10 or 11. He passed away. So like we have 3 brothers and 1 sister. So in the family, although like I'm the youngest, but I'm a decision maker in the family or something like that. You know, like even they have the conflict between my brothers with my mom or something like that. I'm a kind of problem solver, you know. So when the coup happened, the thing is like I provide to make sure not to involve. It's funny things. Even my family didn't know what I'm doing. Only they found out one that like the soldiers like they invade my house. They came to my house and they found out what I'm really doing. They know nothing. Because they know nothing. Even at the like a chamber, like they talk, like they will threat them like to talk about what your son is doing and something, but they know nothing.
They might be so shocked.
Yeah. Even my mom like she have to go to the police station about over 7 times because of me and like my brothers or something. So yeah, I'm really glad about my decision at that time because I didn't think much. This is the right time to serve their duty and responsibility because like I have to do this. I don't need to check the other. Oh, who did this? I don't need to check that at the time. I accept like, okay, as a Myanmar citizen, like this is fucking worse. The coup will bring everything back because we know that, right? Because like we have been like raising like, right? So we can see also the difference between the like a democratic time and also like a dictator time or something like that, right? Totally different. So I don't want to go back those era, right? So I decided that, okay, let's do that.
Yeah. So back to your experiences and nightmares in the jungle. So what was the next step you continued to get involved in this revolution? We witnessed you ran some, amazing podcasts inside Myanmar as well, Burmese podcast. So this is a kind of, another brief, and how could you manage to find the the other people who are working for the revolution, who are genuinely working like you? And we also saw like, and some are English speakers, some are CDMers, and like that. So how could you find these kinds of, the other brave people working for the revolution?
Yeah. Like revolutions like revolution sees the people. It's like, for example, there are many, a huge, tremendous amount of the people, right? Millions of people, but revolution sees the people. Who are they? Who was they and who are they walking and until what are they doing? Something like that. So, like if I continue the story, so I decided, okay, because I don't want to work this anymore. Like I decided to leave Myanmar. At the time, I explored about my wife's life is all because she joined the CDM, and my son is like he's just a very small one, like a kind of. He was born like a 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and after that, she have also a lot of tensions, fraud, even around her environment, and also like her office, like a kind of threat to her, like, oh, you have to come back. If you don't come back, like you will be listed under the CDM or something like that. She said, yes, I am. But she have also the pressure from her parents too. These are her parents like, oh, okay, we really happy you join the CDM or something like that, but I think you have to walk back or something like that. So I realized that, wow, it's really bad. It's my wife. Although I have a duty of the citizenship on Myanmar, but I also have the responsibility as a dad, as a husband. I have to take that duty. So I decided, okay, I have to use this trick. At the time, wife, I really want to meet you because I'm leaving to Thailand or something like that. And from that, perhaps I could go to Abu Dhabi or Dubai or something like that. So I won't see you for many years. I really want to see you. She happy with that, and she came and wow. Yeah. But my father-in-law is he really pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because he know that if his daughter and his grandson leave him, they will never come back to him. He know that. It's an instinct.
Yeah, right.
He cry and he said, don't go, it's very dangerous, blah, 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 blah. I said, hey, no. And also I only meet your daughter only for a few days. I really want to see the face of my son or something like that. At the time he said, all right. And she arrived, we discussed, it will take about a month. And after that, here is something, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, let's do it. And also we crossed the border. Yeah. And because of although I already mentioned that my background is engineering, but for the revolution, I truly believe myself. I did my best. I try to risk everything I have, and I did my best. That's why when I meet the people, it's a kind of instinct or feeling. When you meet someone okay, what about his or her intention to the revolution or something? I can feel that. So okay. So, and after that, I got a connection back to inside Myanmar, and also they asked me oh bro, do you have any a guest or something like that with the revolution? And so this is really great, because through your experience, I'm also love to explore the people life, because you can learn a lot from people. For myself also, because I don't have a kind of proper teaching from my dad, or because he passed away when I was young or something like that. So I learn from people since I was young. I learn from teachers, I learn from people, I learn from the drunks, the people who drunks are something like that. If you see that someone's a drunk, lay down. When I was young, I thought I don't want to be like him anymore or something like that. But when I grow up, I understand that he also have a kind of sad story or history behind it, right? So I realized that. So that's why I try to explore the people who really doing their best for revolution, for their life, and I'm trying to explore their life, and I asked them, I brought them to the audience, in my podcast, to make them learn the lessons, to get something from them. So, yeah, I try my best.
All right, Chit Tun. We know that revolutionary truths are a kind of inspiring stories of real stories, So to make this, you might consume a lot of time and much, a lot of your time, a lot of your efforts to make this happen. So is this really motivation for the other people who are working, although they are hidden, although they are unknown to many other people? But this really gives us a message that, okay, so everybody has a different background and everybody can work for the revolution. So we were really fond of this message. And back to your courage, and you, although you mentioned that you didn't think very much as a citizen, this is your duty and this is your responsibilities for the country. But how could you make? We wondered. As a father, I'm also a father of 2 children. As a father, how could you decide? How could you make this hard decision as a dad, as a family leader? Although you is a very, for your son, that this is a really proud, dad. This is a really good dad as a dad. But for the other hand, for your wife and for the newborn son, you have to overcome the internal, challenges and barriers inside your mind. And although you mentioned you made head, because you were, although you left the country and you were in the jungle, and then your wife and your son were in the country at the time. So you need to take them out of the country. So please tell me more about your mental. Maybe we know that as a person, as a human, you might also need to overcome these fears and challenges?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, before the coup and before the revolutions, I don't drink, I don't smoke.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing and even personally, I don't like it. But first time I arrived to Korean state, we were taking military training or something like that. At the time, I started smoking because they're the sunset sceneries at that training is that's really beautiful. So not only me, but also other people in the military training at that time, there's a kind of slope, the mountain slope at that time. We sit a row or something like that, and we're looking the scenes, the sunset scenes, and I don't know, we the tears just came out of our eyes, but we don't cry. We didn't cry at that time. But not only me, but also even my some other colleagues,
not
and
your
some
eyes, but your heart.
Exactly. We just look and we don't know, we missed something like that. Maybe we missed something the moment before the coup, or we missed something in my family or something like that. Yeah, it's a huge burden to leave my pregnant wife. There's two things. One is I made a decision one is I provide her the safe place, because she is at her parents, her family home, family village. So I provide her a safe place. The second thing is of course we did the revolution. There are many possibilities. We can die anytime or something like that. But even if we die, if we do my best, if it's worth it, it's worth it. Even my son grow up. I don't know about how you accept to have a child. For me, when I have a child, when I know that I have a children, I will be a father. The first thing I think about that okay, I will try my best to give my children all the thing I never had, I never get in my childhood life or something like that. So that's why, because of that decision, I joined the revolution, and also because of that decision, I left them behind. Yeah, but people grow. Yeah, I don't want to say that change, but sometimes some of the change or they grow are for the good, right? So after that, I decided so.
I imagine that you might overcome these internet fears and challenges. For me, at the beginning of the revolution, I was also having the same idea, not to grow up my son under the dictatorship, because my father and my brothers are also work for democracy since 1988, and then after that, they always said, and when I was young, okay, in your time you will be under the freedom, you will not be in the dictatorship. So I can imagine your feeling, and also I had the same experience. I also had the same idea, but I choose to stay in the country and work for the suffering people. So, and in your side, how would you think about to continue the helping the people instead of in addition to these Burmese focus, and also we know that you are also helping in the Myanmar-Thailand border and many other communities who are suffering IDPs and refugee camps. So let us hear about those things as well.
Yeah, apart from the podcast and just living life in Thailand, because maybe it's also related with my job. I work as a translator and a fixer for the people who interest about Myanmar, and also the people who want to do the documentary about Myanmar revolution or something like that related to stuff at that time. Because of them, living in Thailand without having, we still have to from the zero.
Yeah.
So stressful. Sometimes of course I miss wow, if in Myanmar like this, in Myanmar I did like this. But we're facing the reality. Yeah, sometimes depressed or something like that, and even we afraid to go back at the time. But because of my job, I have to go back to Myanmar or something like that. I decided, sure, why not? Let's go there. First time I went back to Myanmar and I arrived to the refugee camp. Even the sun, it's like in the middle of the day or like a kind of noon or so like a 1 p.m. or something like that. It's really hot. But in my mind, that's really warm and like I feel really great to get back to Myanmar again. So that, wow. And after that, we arrived to the refugee camp and like we met with many people. Like apart from the interview, I met them in person. I talked and I explored their life, and I realized that, wow, all those I didn't joy for the Emerson anymore, but I still have a lot of duty to do. There's a lot of many setters needed to like fill it in like that. And I realized that like if you don't have a job or if you don't have a kind of those responsibility or something, you are missing for being a human in this dark era. In this dark era, because every setter, like if you want to explore the world, if you want to explore Myanmar, if you want to explore your community or society, any organization, everything's like a kind of bullshit, right? Happening. Yeah. But when you do something for someone, that make you like bring the happiness and the satisfaction they brought that. So like, wow, that's really great. So like I try my best. Like at the beginning, I was doing some like campaign, like to donate the toys to like the children from the Kaya, Karenni area. The toys, like the toys like handmade.
A little bit explain.
Yeah, that toys like that is also very related. I did really great. I think like I feel happy for that because those toys are made by the CDMers, like the people who follow the like I said the Soviet movement, and they create those toys. We buy those toys and we donate to the like the kids. But is it like you can see that it's a kind of like a business, but actually this is not a business. This is just like a kind of we just doing the job or the transporting. We buy from the CDMers and we make a campaign. Okay, the choice is like a 7,000 jut, like, and also if you want to buy and donate, you can do it. We open that. This is not like a selling. If they buy. If they don't buy, it's okay. We donate.
Two-way exchange or happiness.
Exactly. Like it's a very like I feel very effective. For donors, they feel happy for that. For kids, they feel happy with that. For CDMers, they feel happy with that. Wow.
So are the kids from camps?
Different. Like some are from the Karenni state, like some are like from the refugee camp, some are from the migrant school. They are very different. I did about over 4 or 5 campaign with that. Yeah, and after that, like I keep doing like I got more connection with that, and also I changed my new business, like working for the document stuff or something like that. At the time, of course, as you know, the people who involved in the revolution, they have a lot of difficulty to get the proper document or something. So I'm trying to explore, I'm trying to find the connections, like to create them, like even like, for example, like to do the passport, it will cost about 60,000 baht or something like that. I'm trying my best to make it happen with the 35,000. Kind of double price down or something like that. I try my best and like, yeah, so that's really good.
All right. So you said you are also a teacher, and are you also still teaching now?
Actually, no. Before when I arrived to Thailand, I was checking about that, like, and also like, surviving or teaching in the Thailand. Actually, it's not legal. For us at the time, even like I was still in the like Thailand for over 2 years over 2 years with undocumented or something like that. That's really challenging. You have many difficulties with that, and also like I was thinking to be a teacher or something, but wow, I don't want to, because like I don't want to give my student the pressure or like how do you call it, insecurity or something like that. Even for myself as a teacher. Like I'm insecure and unsafe. Like I don't want to share those feelings, right? The teaching is also same like cooking, right? As a chef, you cook some dish and also you treat that. For the chef is like is a pressure and stress or something like that. But in that dish, the customer can feel that. Same, the teaching also like a soft, like a teaching also is the art. So like, and also like it cannot support. for the living also. This is also one of the facts. And also, is it illegal in Thailand? It's like, wow, what should I do? What should I do? And after that, I got the connections because before that in Myanmar, I also have many different like foreigners who came Myanmar for like a meditation or something like that, because I was as a monastic student for over 7 years or like a year like that. So I have some experience about paperwork and the relationship between the foreigners. So they said, okay, you can speak English and also you was a teacher background. How about you teach Burmese? Okay, I'm doubtful myself. I said like, I'm doubtful myself. Yeah, so there's a Dutchman, he asked me like many times, 4 times. He asked me, bro, you should teach. Beku, sorry, I don't want to. Now I'm working. In Thailand, I work many different jobs. Like I do like constructions. I really afraid to introduce myself as an engineer, constructions, and also when I get back to my house, I take a shower, and after that I do teaching, and after that sometimes I do the podcast. Sometimes I do like a life sale, the vintage clothes or something like that. Many different jobs, and I just no, I don't want to teach or something. He said, you should. You have to. So he pushed me, and I start teaching, and I got many students, like foreigners or something like that. Yeah, so dynamic.
All right, thanks for sharing all these things about your precious experiences, including the nightmares as well. So the last question is, how do you imagine how you could impact the many other people about their revolution or about the peace in the country through the podcast you are creating? And do you have any message to tell us, what can you change, what you can change as much as you can?
How can I say that? Actually, I learned something from my trainings. It is you cannot teach the people. You can only create a kind of environment or a possibility to learn, create a community or the space to learn. If so, that people will learn. So you cannot change the people. You can create the environment or the paths or the ways they can make a change for themselves. So doing the podcast by exploring the other people's life, they can get wow, this is very similar to mine, a problem. Oh, this is very similar to my struggles. Wow, this is very similar to what really happening to mine. So feelings they go find through my podcast, they go find the solution, they go find the inspiration, they go find a kind of how to solve the problem through my podcast This is the most precious thing. Because this era, most of over 90% of the people that they're facing difficulties, struggles, and something like that. In that case, if I could create something or some key or tools for them, that really appreciates and that fulfill all my doing the podcast.
All right, thanks for coming here, and thanks for all your admiring works, and we'll see you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, good morning, Sue.
Good morning.
So, you said you grew up in Wandering and a waving town. So, can you describe what your childhood looks like there?
Well, yes, I'm originally from Wenduin, a town known for its traditional longing weaving. And yes, I grew up surrounded by looms and threads, playing around my family's small textile business where we made longi for both men and women. Yes, although weaving was part of my childhood world, I later discovered that my true passion were teaching and creating art. But my childhood was just playing around in nature, it was also quite close to my parents' village. It was kind of like 2 hours drive. But at the time when I was younger, I used to ride the bullock cart. And then it was like it took a lot of time to go back to the village. So it was kind of 12 hours drive with the bullock cart from my place to the village. So sometimes it took overnight. Then we used to travel to the village during summertime, and then my childhood was like really kind of it's realistic, I would say. Nowadays, like the kids, they are playing with iPad, telephone, everything just like so AI and so technology taking over. But when I was younger, I used to play around with the buffaloes, and then like running around the fields, like the paddy fields, climbing up the trees, and like that kind of rural areas that I grew up. So it's really fascinating. It was really I feel really alive and so blessed where I grew up. And then the practice and the hobbies, the things that I spent time on, it was really amazing.
This was really happy. Yeah. So you became a language teacher. So what inspired you to start teaching Burmese in the first place?
Well, that's a good question. Let me talk about my background, my current position, current work. Yes, I am the founder and lead instructor of the Akaya Burmese Language Institute, where I teach Burmese language to non-native speakers from around the world. I've been doing it for more than 5 years now. And I started it during COVID season, and before I was also a teacher, but I was working as a volunteer at the American Center Debate Club, as a debater, as a facilitator. Then I was traveling to the north, Kachin State, as a volunteer teacher. IDP comes in Wymont Township in Kachin State, and then I was also volunteering with Teach for ASEAN as a curriculum specialist. Then I used to go to Langtaya, there are kind of orphanage school teaching English to the kids at the time. But during the COVID, I had to change teaching mode. So we just changed to online teaching. So then at the time I started teaching Burmese language, and before was also I was planning to work as a tour guide, traveling around, and then this is also kind of related to culture and language preservation, and then promoting culture with tourists and international audiences. So I am a kind of a language teacher, and I have that passion about teaching. So this is my background and how I became a language teacher. Also, I am an artist. I'm also working on art project, using my creativity as a way to share stories and support communities. Alongside this, I also serve as a lead, collective lead, working with the organization, especially for music creation. It is music for social change. That's what I am working on right now. And also a little bit of my background. In 2024 I was selected as a Global Ambassador Fellow by the International Council on Human Rights, Peace and Politics, ICHRPP. And I also received a fellowship award from Center for Southeast Asian Studies at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So, yeah, these are my things. And as an artist, also I held my first solo exhibition last year, marking a major milestone in my creative journey. So, yes, and please ask me the question.
So you was a teacher, right?
Yes.
So when you first started teaching, what surprised you the most?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, like, to be honest, I didn't even realize that I have that passion. Like, until now, I'm still not used to being called a teacher. Like, for example, in Burmese we say Siyama, right?
Yeah.
And my students also, they used to call me Siyama Zu, Siyama, but I'm not comfortable with that, and I'm still not yet that point. But like when I was a kid, like since I was a kid, I have that soul inside me, I think, because like I like to explain what I learn. I like to share what I acknowledged with other people. You know, teaching is also not just, you know, like giving lecture and stuff. When you share something, you have that willingness to escalate other people. Like, you are not raising yourself by yourself alone. You are raising other people around you to grow together. This is kind of a mindset, I think, of a teacher. You know, like that willingness, that passion, and energy to encourage, to support people around you to grow. So, yeah, like this kind of feeling and energy has been inside of me a long time ago. So I couldn't, you know, pick the moment, what time or when did you realize that you're a teacher, or like the things that surprised me. So yes, in general, like teaching, it's my passion, and I really enjoy teaching.
So as the saying, for you, what will be the hardest part of teaching Burmese to foreigners?
Yes, that's what I want to also talk about. Because Burmese language teaching, and also like even Burmese native speakers, sometimes they say, oh, Burmese is so difficult language, and about language and stuff. So I'm still not a linguist, but I like to learn languages, and I like to analyze the differentiation between languages, how we structure, how we speak, and also how it affects like the background or the culture and way of thinking about language. Many of my Burmese native friends, they used to say, oh, Burmese language is written language is also difficult, and speaking is also complicated. But all the languages are the same way, not just Burmese language. Chinese, French, you know, Brazilian, Portuguese, and other things like Japanese, Korean. All of them, they are not easy. You know that, like English language as well. Many people in our like Myanmar culture and in Myanmar education, we've been learning English like from primary school, kindergarten to, you know, like high school, and even, you know, like college. But most of the students, they don't really learn English. They don't know how to speak English properly. They are not used to speaking English in the classroom. That kind of time, like long term, you have to invest to learn a language, to speak a language, to know the culture, to dive deep into really speaking the language. It takes time, and also you need to listen to locals, native speakers, to learn the real language. So I would say at the beginning of teaching Burmese, I find it a bit difficult, but I like challenges, and I want to, show the way to my students. This is the way. This is the easiest way. I mean, like, not easiest way. It depends on individual. I have to show the direction. I have that responsibility as a teacher, but it also depends on the students, how they are going to take it, how they're going to absorb it. So, but I used to say that, like, the teacher, the students, and also my potential students, when they ask, oh, is Burmese language difficult? Or like, oh, I heard that like Burmese language is difficult. I used to say that, everything is easier when you find the right person. In relationship, in working space, or everywhere. If you find the right person, everything becomes easier. So you need to find the right teacher. Like I used to recommend my students and the potential students. So difficult things or something is difficult, it's how we define, how we see things. So if you think French is difficult, oh, that's so difficult language. But if you change your mindset, it will be easier. So I would say like Burmese language is also not that difficult. I would say, yes, we still don't have, not enough materials like the other languages, the framework or the structure. But I'm also trying, and the other teachers like Sia Jonokal and Sema Sansaninton and other teachers, they have really good, well-structured book to navigate the language, and also need a clear instruction to understand the language. So yes, like to answer your question, Burmese language is not that difficult, I would argue. So I'm a language teacher, especially teaching Burmese language and learning different languages at the same time. So to compare with other languages, I'm standing here saying Burmese language is not that difficult if you find the right teacher. So don't say Burmese language is so difficult in front of me.
Okay, got it. So let's dive into your YouTube channel and the global audience. Why did you decide to create your YouTube channel, the Speak It Burmese?
Yes, I'm really excited to answer this question because I just launched my YouTube channel and podcast channel a few months ago, and I've been thinking about it like a long time ago. Oh, what I should do, what I want to do. I was thinking, but it takes a lot of time to record, to write script, and also recording and editing and stuff. And then this year, I just decided to begin this project. The main reason that I started this YouTube channel is like to promote Burmese language culture and also language. And but I would say it is also kind of like culture and language preservation. And it is not just only about Burmese language. It is about the country. It is about the nation. It is about the practice of the whole country. Not just about the majority of Burma. I'm gonna include with ethnic minorities group, the culture, like very diverse community that we can talk so many things at the same time. It is also kind of like I'm doing research on my own and then sharing with other, including international audience and my Burmese fellows. And also one thing is that like I heard a lot about Burmese people around the world. They are residing, they are moving around, and at the time I heard sometimes like Burmese people themselves also they feel shy, they feel unconfident to speak Burmese in front of foreigners. Like when you're living in Thailand, when you're living in Australia, in America, or wherever you are, we shouldn't forget our origin, like our language, our culture. And I heard that like some people they are shy or even they are nervous. I understand their position, their situation, because a lot of people they also feel like discrimination across the world because of our passport and stuff. But I wanted to encourage them, to embrace the beauty of our language and culture. So I just want to promote that language and culture preservation, and also like promote the practice of the beauty of our language. And like all around the world in different language and in different countries, we are working on our like native language. So I have that students also like grew up in abroad, like the kids, but their parents, they are not failing our Burmese language, culture, and language. They just keep telling, encouraging their kids to learn Burmese language. And sometimes also like it's such a shame, even in Myanmar, the kids go into the international school and then they are so proud of saying, oh, I don't know how to speak Burmese, even though they are Burmese native. Oh, I speak English, and I'm not very good at speaking Burmese. So at the time, I feel very kind of embarrassing. Like it is not the thing you should be proud of when you don't know how to speak your native language. So yes, that's why I wanted to share that idea, the energy, and then the research that I am doing right now. So yes, the channel that I am working on is the purpose.
Okay, so about your channel, what do you enjoy most about making this online content?
So like content creation, it's also a big thing to connect with the audience, like digital storytelling and content creation, that kind of stuff. Well, I enjoy a lot of stuff, what I'm doing right now. As an artist as well, I like to create something new. As a teacher spirit, like I like to share something with audience. So I combine with that energy together, creation and teaching. So I bring different topics and ideas. So I blend all that things together. So it's hard to say which one is my favorite things to do. So I do a lot of stuff, and I love teaching and sharing languages and culture. And I do really love to promote the culture, the diverse culture of Myanmar, like different ethnic groups in Myanmar. There's just so many things to explore. Also, there's so many things across the country, different ethnic groups, different culture, traditional dress, and the way we celebrate, the way we speak. it's really beautiful and diverse. So I want to dive deep into that kind of diverse culture and the practice of our people.
And you talk about your fellowship,
Yes.
right? And so how did it feel to be selected as a global ambassador fellow?
Well, that's a tough question. Well, it was kind of like surprise for me as well. I was just like, I saw that application on LinkedIn, I think, and I found it fascinating. Like, it was like kind of 50 fellows around the world. They pick one representative from each country. So I represent my country, Myanmar, at the time, and among other 49 different countries around the world. So, the topic is about, human rights, peace, and politics. And at the time, we work on different crises around the world. It was in 2024. And then we work on Sri Lanka. We work on, at the time was also like talk about Palestine and also Burma issues. We discuss and we also kind of debate on the main topic where we were kind of like finding the solution. What could be a better solution? What could help in this kind of chaotic issues, handling in this tough stuff. So yes, I was it's really fascinating. It was really challenging. Kind of we had the team together. We work on the same topic. We have different perspectives. We have different time zones. We were working. So like it was also tough, like debating midnight. So like you are kind of sleepy, and then you just like your partner's like online, and then we talk a lot. So I have to shift my circadian at the time. But it was amazing to join that ICHRPP as a global ambassador. So it's really shaped me like way of thinking, and also working with international fellows. And yes, I gained how to spot my weakness and how I apply my strengths during the debate, during the presentation, and also representing your country. Share your voice about what's happening, and then also talking about the issues around the world. It is also kind of like a short-term program about global studies, where we can work on how we can solve the problem. Yes.
So you share about you continue in volunteer and work as a research assistant. So can you share a movement from the volunteering that made you feel impact or what you do?
Yes, it's really helped me, to engage with people from diverse background and also like different ages and also different perspectives. It's also during this training, like we talk a lot about communication. Communication is miracle, and we need to engage with people who are working together with. So like at the moment also I'm working with different people around the world, teaching the language, working on art project and music project. So different project, different people, like how to approach people, and then also like how to maintain a healthy relationship, and that's challenging. But I love challenges, so I just escalated myself while I was working as a volunteer in American Center Debate Club. I was facilitating among different speakers, and also like engaging with the guest speaker. So these kind of experiences shaped me to become who I am today, as a teacher, as an artist, to be staying humble, like working as a professional, but at the same time, to be humble. Being humble is also really important to communicate with people, and to make a clear communication with your coworkers, your students, your friends, and family. This is kind of all the things coming together to engage with people. So yeah, and yes, working as a volunteer in different organizations also helped me to improve my communication, and also engaging the relationship, and yes, these kind of things, I would say.
Okay, so and for looking ahead, and if you could start one dream project with unlimited support, what would it be?
Do you mean like a dream project with limited resource or
Unlimited resource.
unlimited
Yeah.
resource? Wow. Well, I've never think about it before. So, yeah, I'm really passionate about teaching, like I mentioned before, and also creation projects. So, I am kind of like a multitasker, and yes, I would say if I have that kind of unlimited resource, I will spend that on my current art project, and also teaching, like because it takes a lot of time and energy and money to work on what I'm doing right now. So, for example, I'm teaching like so many students, and then at the same time I'm painting, drawing, but like for teaching as well, I need to spend more time on research for curriculum development, or creating more resources and materials, and so that's why like sometimes I have to postpone on my writing, or creating more materials, and also for my art project, I have so many things that I want to work on my art project, like for my creations and stuff, but I'm still learning, and then I'm still growing, and also I need more time, I need more money, of course. So if I have enough resources to create something, I would say that two things about my teaching and about my art project. Yes.
Okay. So I think this is the last question.
Okay.
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to protect their culture but doesn't know where to begin?
Well, I would say I'm still not in a position to share advice or, giving suggestion or whatever, because I'm still just a teacher and an artist, just an ordinary. But I would say when you have a dream or when you have a passion, and yes, the first step is like that I used to talk with my friends, my fellows. The first thing you should do is know yourself. What do you want to do? What do you want to work on? Who do you want to be? Or what do you really enjoy doing it? So if you know yourself and then you know what you want to do, so then you walk this path, you shape this path on your own, and you will become who you think of. So the first thing is you need to know yourself and then find a way to be on the path that you want to be. So it's very simple, I think. Many people, they don't know what they want in their life. They don't know what they want to be. And then it's also not very easy, like to know yourself. A lot of people in their, like 40s, 30s, they just like, oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who I want to be. Sometimes we get lost, of course. But we need to be aware of like self-awareness. And most of the people, they don't spend time on thinking about themselves rather than comparing with others, to become a person that they don't really want to be. They just like, they think the way they want, but it's really important. That's what I am talking is like, I'm reflecting myself as well. I also try to get to know myself before I know. In my country, in Myanmar, also like people, what's the popular thing? For example, choosing the college. Oh, this is popular major subject that you should go for. But we don't really think of what we really want to be. And also, it's really difficult to know yourself. So it takes time, and then to learn what we want and what we want to be. So it's very simple, but it's at the same time, it's really difficult to know yourself. So I would say the very first simple things is know yourself. Yes.
So thank you for your time, and I believe the listener will get something from your story.
I hope so.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me today, and then being a really welcoming guest, a host. And yes, I enjoy the conversation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Elsa, and today I will be interviewing a female scholar in Thailand.
So I am Yumyamon. I am now studying religion and philosophy in the Mahatula University. So it is one of my passions to educate people what is the real religion, what is the real teaching of the Buddha, something like that. So yeah, I'm here now to share about my journey.
Yeah, it's really interesting things. Yeah. So So now which year are you attending in university?
First year, first semester. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, I'm studying second semester.
Yeah. So is that your the first degree or?
No, this is not my first degree. My first degree is about electrical engineering.
Wow.
But I'm not quite interested. I'm not quite interested in it.
Yeah.
Because in Myanmar, education system is very low, so it is really difficult to use in a practical.
Yeah. So you shift your scholar life to the religions and philosophies.
Yeah.
So So what exactly bring you study about the philosophy and religions?
It's based on my experience. I'm as a trainer. I'm trained about gender, soji, and about LGBT rights. So in Myanmar, most of the Burmese people thought like LGBTQ people are some kind of saint. They are wrong with something related with the Buddhism and in other religions also. So yeah, they have so many stereotypical thoughts and Buddhism and our religion. So it is really wrong because most of the God Buddha doesn't say anything about the hate speech, stereotypical thoughts, and also judging culture. So yeah, I really want to know what is the real teaching. What are the Buddha said? I want to get some realistic facts. In Buddhism, some facts, some evidence are really quite scientific, so we can show as evidence. So and also in Buddhism, Buddha always talk about morality, truth, love, and compassion, and also the ethics. It is the true things we need to do as a Buddhism, not discrimination, not a stereotype, not a violence. So I really want to know about this evidence from the Buddha sacred text.
Yeah. Yes. So you want to get the more solid evidence from the Buddha teachings, right?
Yeah.
It's about the Buddha teaching. So is there any other religion talk about such kinds of discrimination or things? Yeah. Is there anything that you particular learn in your university?
It is not started yet because this is first semester, and maybe it is in second year or third year, I think so. But from my learning experience about the Christian, they have also like that kind of discrimination in their Bible. I think God said that LGBTQ are wrong, especially in the Total city. They have a very mad people, and they do very very bad things in this city. So God punished them with a fire. So and also they do like homosexual sex. So it is one of their reason LGBTQ people are very bad. But it is only one scenario. It is not other people. So most of the Christian people said that God created us. God created human. God created also LGBTQ people. We are human. So we are not wrong. Something like that. They talk about that. So and in Christian, there are so many evidence to argue as a youth LGBTQ people. And also in the Hindu and Brahmanism. So we are not. I don't think they have a really specific text about LGBTQ people, but they also have some transgender God. I think so, but I'm not exactly learning about the Brahmanism. So I can say after I learning about the Brahmanism, and also in the Islam. Maybe they are really bad to be a homosexual people, and they punish as a death penalty in the Islamic country, especially governed with Sharia law. So yeah, but I don't want to mention about the Islamic because it's quite complex and it is very sensitive.
Yeah, yes, it's a really sensitive topic. Yeah, because you have also gender background, so that's why I really curious about how did you, is there any experience about the giving the gender topics to the Islamic community, to the maybe the male or female or any other genders in Islamic community.
Yeah, I have. Because one of my close friends is Islam. She is a transgender people. At the beginning, she coming out as a transgender, but not a transgender. Firstly, she has like a gay, so she coming out like a gay. So their family and their relative didn't accept. They deny, and they always punish him as he was child. And also, his father don't need to see his son like a gay because of their religions. So it is really difficult for him to be to live in with his family. So he moved out another place, and she is like a transgender. She look like transgender, and also she is a makeup artist. So she is also Islam. But in some community, in some Islamic community, they also have a really difficult situation to coming up as a LGBTQ people. In the Islamic country, so I said that under the Sharia law, they can be punished as a death penalty and also in the capital punishment in front of the people. So it is really difficult. But in Myanmar, we are not an Islamic country. They have a right to say about their identity, but they don't because of the family oppression and friends. They are friends with community, so it is really difficult for them.
Yes. Now it's the experience. This is the experience of your having the Islamic gay friends and Islamic transgender friends. It's quite rare. And also, is there any other as a trainer? Have you ever given any lesson to the Islamic community about the gender?
I have.
Please tell us.
I also have a trainees from Islamic community, and most are the LGBTQ people. But they don't really live with their families because of their identity. Most of them move out from their home, and some may be abandoned some of their family.
It's quite difficult.
They have a very struggle times. They don't really get in with their family.
Yes.
So they already know about they are not wrong. The community and their family are wrong. So they also have that kind of experience. In my training, so they always talk about the things they face in their family and in the community and their religion. And sometimes they talk about Quran is kind of imaginary, not quite realistic as a Buddhism. So they talk about, but it's not in the public because they're afraid. They're afraid to become a non-Muslim people, non-Islamic people.
Yes.
So they hide their identity also.
Because I'm also really curious about such kinds of things. I have some Islamic classmates from the Rohingya community. Whenever we have in a classroom, we always see the Islam male classmate, but never seen the female Islam classmate. So it's really why? So you don't have the female classmate in your community. At the time that they talk, that they always avoid the questions. That's one thing I don't know. So if you are there, so how would you bring that the female Islamic the students to the classroom?
Maybe it is because of their culture and their religion, and they have a religion influence culture. Like female has no chance to get education, so it's really difficult because we are not in the same religion, and also we have some conflict within these two religions. Yeah, for me it may be difficult.
Yeah.
Even I am a trainer, even I am a social worker, so it is still difficult for me.
Yes. Yes, because as an
We have a very different, and
limited.
also we have some kind of propaganda.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yes, it's tough. Yeah. So this you are study in the university will bring what kinds of impacts to the community, like such kinds of the marginalized community after you graduate from your school.
It is not only for the Buddhism, for all the ASEAN people who have a conservative mindset. So I can show what is the reality of the Buddhism, what Buddha said, what is the true teaching, what is the middle way of life. So it can be support not only in Buddhism, but also for other religion. They need to know about the realism of the Buddhists. And also, if they know the main goal of the Buddhism, they can understand and they can avoid the hate speech between each religion. And in some meditation, it is related with the Buddhism. It's really good for all the human beings. It can support our concentration, our focus, and also it gives a grounded mindset. So it can help other people from different religion. So I can help with meditation. And also another one is we have a very oppressive culture and a religion. So LGBTQ people around the female being is really low standard than male. So we can solve that kind of problem because Buddha doesn't say anything about the specific female LGBTQ. He explained only about one scenario. If you do like that, you will be how can I say? You will be you will face that kind of thing in next life. So we as a Buddhist, we have a previous life, current life, and next life. So it is really
connected.
Connected with our souls and our body, something like that. So we can share about this thing. Buddha only said, if you do bad thing, you will feel a bad. So it is about the karma. So, he doesn't say anything about the discrimination and violence, and also we have to exclude because he is LGBTQ, she is a female, something like that. He doesn't say anything. He only say love and compassion, and also other human beings need to abstain 5 precepts like that. So if we say something about the Buddha's text with evidence, people will understand what we should do, what we shouldn't do, like that. It will be my support to my society.
Yes, that's really great. So have you noticed any particular change after learning after joining this school?
It's really hard because I only joined the first semester. But I have a different thoughts before, because I feel like some of the religious leader says a wrong thing. But in some way, they talk about the realistic thing because they always read Tipitaka, the Buddha text, and they have some kind of text about the LGBTQ and female. but I'm not sure it is really true or not, because we are not in the Buddhist era. We didn't see with the Buddha. We have no conversation with the Buddha. We always refer the text. So how reliable the text?
The questions.
Yeah.
Good question.
So I'm really curious about that. So maybe I hope I learn this text from my major, from my professor, and they have so many months here, so I can learn from them, and I will also share how reliable this is.
Yeah, that's really interesting things. Yeah. So, is there any other challenges? Yeah, are you either in the studies or living here in Thailand?
Yeah, quite a lot. The first one is the visa. Most of the Burmese people face that kind of visa challenge, and the immigration issues. They have a lot of discrimination on the Burmese people. If they see the red passport, they think that I can get the money from them, something like that. So I really hate it. And also another one is the language barrier. As you know, in Thailand, most of the time people are not good at English accent. I'm not good as well, but I can understand. I can focus what they say. And most of the teacher in my school is always talk about Thai and English. They always say together, so I can understand. Only 2 or 3 teachers say in completely English. So it is one of the difficulty. And another one is I think my university is very far with the Chiang Mai. So I need to give more time to get to the school. Yeah, it is really challenging for me if I do a full-time job. It's really difficult because we all need to go to the school in campus, not online. And also so many assignment to do because we are religion and philosophy, so we have to think a lot. We have to read a lot, so it is time management is really difficult.
It's really quite difficult.
Challenging.
Challenges. So how will you overcome that challenges? Because the accent problems. Because the subject is also too difficult. If you don't understand what your teacher is saying, it will be really impact on your assignments. So how will you overcome that?
Sometimes I record what he say, she say, and sometimes I read the related book. I asked the teacher what kind of books should I read for this subject. So they say some kind of supporting materials from the library. It's really good because I prefer reading. Reading is my favorite method of learning.
I'm sure that you will successfully overcome that.
Another one is I quit the job.
Oh.
I can't focus to things.
Because
this is a degree.
So the school is also full time and job is also full time. It's quite difficult to manage at the same time.
I'm now freelance, self-employed.
Yes. More is better, right? Okay, so what's the thing you like best study in Thailand?
Best thing? And our culture is a little bit similar because we are all the Buddhism. If I learn a Bali language in as a minor, it's really easy for me because some students from Laos, or maybe Laos is also quite similar. Some students from China and also in the Western, they are really difficult. They are very challenging about the Bali. But for me it is really easy.
Yeah.
Because we are familiar with the Buddha text and chanting and the Pali language, but a little bit different in some pronunciation.
Yeah.
Most of the meaning are really same. It's easy. And also another fact is I'm really interested in the religion to challenge the religious leader and also other people. It is one of my motivation. It may be easy to learn.
Yeah, so exciting things for you. Okay, yeah. So, is there any, if you have to convince a student with hesitance about the studying abroad, like in Thailand, so what's your one sentence reason for why they absolutely must do it?
It is a good question because most of the Generation X don't want to learn a religion, but they want to ask a question. They want to challenge the religion. So that's my perspective. Studying abroad is a good thing because we can learn the academic background and also the culture of the country. And what is the culture? And the Buddhism and other religion, they are quite different. So and also in the Thai, I said that we are quite similar, but there are a lot different, stay different. So we can make international friends, and also Thai friends, and also they have so many Asian students there. So we can learn different things, a different language, a different culture. Learning culture is really good for our human being. So it is my motivation to learn, and also we can get an opportunity than Myanmar. Living here is more than opportunity.
Yes, that's quite great. Yeah. So what's your future plan after graduate from this university?
I wish I would be a lecturer in the university.
Wow.
Maybe religion and philosophy. And also I am really interested in the political science. But not only political. I want to combine the religion influence in the political and religion influence in the social, like that. So I have a practical experience about that, but I need to learn more academic and more theory to connect with the reality.
Yes, because all of these are interrelated things. So now we're in Thailand, and also there's a lot of students who are inside the Myanmar, but they really want to go and when you came to the Thailand because of the as you already know because of there's many challenges inside the Myanmar. So that's why at the time how do you want to motivate such students for their motivation forward?
I just want to share one thing. Please transform your mindset. Yes. Please transform your perspective to be here. Please move out. Whatever. I know that they have so many difficulty to move here, to come out from the Myanmar. But they have so many ways. Please change your mindset and come here. We are waiting to encourage you.
You're really welcome.
Welcome.
So do you want to share any study tip for those who are trying to come to the Thailand? Is there any other study tips you want to share with them?
Don't hesitate to ask the Burmese people now currently living in Thailand, maybe Bangkok or Chiang Mai or some Kanchanaburi like that. And also you have to you have to get some information, and if you get some chance to get here, be brave, only be brave. Yeah, it is. We are solving problem. Be brave. Yeah, I only want to say that brave.
Yes, be brave.
Yeah,
Brave yourself.
brave yourself. It can solve everything.
Yeah.
Because we always we can face so many difficulties, so many struggle in life. Yeah, because it is human. Because
Yes. So yeah, this is really encouraging. Yeah, having you here and listening about your experience and how you overcame the challenges. It's really interesting things. Yeah, I'm also learning a lot of things from you about the gender and also the culture and also religion. Yeah, but and also it's the major that's not many people like to study. Yeah, and it's really philosophical things. Yeah, so it's really quite informative having you here, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being a part of this conversation and joining our global community of listeners. Here at Insight Myanmar Podcast, we see our platform as a space where stories, reflections, and experiences come together to create deeper understanding and foster meaningful connections. Each conversation is an invitation to strengthen the ties that reveal our shared humanity, which is grounded in a sense of care towards Myanmar and its people. And this work is made possible only through the generosity and support of listeners like you. Your contributions enable us to continue amplifying these voices, sharing these important stories, and connecting us all through the power of dialogue. And so by giving, you're not just supporting a production, you're actively nurturing a growing community of insight and compassion. So if you found value in what we share, we invite you to help us sustain and expand this platform. Every donation, no matter the size, helps us to keep this effort alive. Visit insightmyanmar.org/donation to make a contribution and be a part of the shared journey.
Whatever, Yarananga, Unyana, Dadu, Yadan, Biodigan, Zadamana, we got a Besayana, Besayo. Oba, Yarananda, Dayananga, Yaranaya, Dayanam, Boda, Yaranamano,